Pete'sTools.com.
G'day guys, awesome to see you here again today. Pete from Pete's Tools. How are we all going? Hey, I don't know if you fellas are anything like me and your workshop's as messy as mine, but mine's quite disgusting really. And the other day I was doing a bit of plasma cutting and then I went to grab the welder and then I was looking for the earth lead for the welder and you think I could find it? Couldn't find the bloody thing anywhere. So Pete thought to himself, I'll just use my earth lead from a plasma cutter, plug it into the welder. And what do you know? Bloody thing didn't fit, did it? So I spent the next 40 minutes looking for the earth lead for the welder and still couldn't bloody find it. So then I decided to make myself a little adapter. And that's what we're doing today guys. We're going to make an adapter so you can fit your earth cable on whatever size plug you've got in the machine that you're running. Saves you mucking around. You know, I've got 4 or 5 earth leads lying around the garage and chances are I can only find one at a time. So I want that one to fit on my machine. Anyway guys, same as usual, like my videos, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment and let's get into this, eh? So guys, here's my plug for my earth. Here's my earth plug here guys. So I was just using it on the plasma cutter as you do. Down there, minding your own business, you know. And then I couldn't find the one for my welder, so I thought I'll just plug this one here into my welder. So I thought there's nothing easier, we'll just go from the plasma cutter and we'll plug it into the welder down below here. Yeah, right. And what do you know, the bloody thing doesn't fit, does it? The one on the welder is miles bigger than the one on the plasma cutter, which is pretty strange because they were both rated at about 350 amp, the earth clamps on them. So anyway, after I mucked around for ages and ages and ages trying to find the lead for this thing here, and I still couldn't find it, I reckon those fairies have been in my garage again and they've just hidden it somewhere. So I thought, oh bugger this, I'm going to make myself a little adapter. So that's what we'll do today guys, just so we can plug this plug into the welder, or vice versa. If you have a bigger fitting on your plasma cutter, then you can use a smaller earth plug on it. At least that way guys, if you've got a messy garage like me, you've always got some contraption that you can plug into either or machine to get you up and welding or plasma cutting again. So basically guys, this is a 3550 female dinse plug that's like on my welder, and this here's a 1025 male DIN plug like on my plasma cutter. So what I'm basically trying to do is get these two to fit together, which obviously they don't. So I'll make up a little adapter so I can use whatever welding earth lead I've got or whatever plasma cutter earth lead I've got, and it doesn't really matter if the little wombles have gone and stolen it out of my garage overnight. It doesn't make much difference because I could just have another one to grab. So what you're basically going to need guys is a 3550 male end like that, DINS plug, and a 1025 female end DINS plug like this. And they come with rubber boots and that as well, like that. So what I'm basically trying to do is make an adapter so I can use whatever earth lead I've got at the time, so I don't have to go around looking for the bloody thing because it drives me crazy. So what you want to do guys is just grab your little box of nuts and bolts or whatever you've got, and what you're looking for is the bigger socket here on the 3550 DINS plug. You're looking for a bolt that's about this long. That's what we want, just a bolt about that long. And what have I got in here? Some other crap and other bits and pieces, but there's just an old bolt, that'll do. It's about that long. So what we'll have to do now guys is just cut the head off this bolt. Right, so we'll go and grab the grinder, I'll whack them off with the grinder. Just grab your bolt guys, stick them in there like so, and we'll just whack his head off. I'll try and cut it off with one of these fancy diamond blades, eh? That seemed to work alright. And also what we need to do is grind a couple of flats on it guys. So I've been caught like this before. I'm going to hold it with my pliers so I don't burn my bloody hands, because Pete's learnt this the hard way. Right, so what we'll do is we want to grind just a flat on here and then a flat on the other end. I'll see if I can do it with this diamond blade. Probably shouldn't, but I'll try. And we'll do the other side. not too hot. Beautiful, see that? Nice and flat here, and we've got a flat up here. Oh. So there we got our bolt, guys. I've cut the head off it, and I've flattened the edge off on both sides like that. So I just make the edge as flat as what it's going to need to fit in there, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's the same length as what goes into here. Make it flat so we can screw this screw down, and do the same on the bigger one, on the 3551. And this is really, really simple, guys. And then all you do, guys, is just grab your bolt, the flattened bolt that we've just done, get it in the smaller one here, the 1025 one, and put it in here like so. Put your flat piece up so that your screw screws down onto it, and it holds it nice and tight, and screw them down like so, and just really give it the gumboot, guys. Really get into it. Hear it. Just really tighten it up. And then grab the other one and stick that the same with your flat side up, so that the big grub screw here locks down tight on it, guys. Don't worry if it just goes a little bit kinky, it doesn't really matter. And screw that one up like so. But they have to be tight, guys, because once you get the grommet on this plug, it's bloody near impossible to get it off. So make sure they're tight as. Once again, give it the gumboot. Here, really give it the gumboot, because they can take it, these little fittings, and you end up with something that looks like that. And you're saying to yourself, what the hell are we going to do with that ugly looking thing, Pete? I'll show you. When you get these dinse plugs, guys, you get the boots that go with it, the grommets like this. What you need is the big one, the one from the 3550. You can just discard this one. Well, I wouldn't discard it, put it in your drawer. You use it for something else to make some other contraption. So we'll put that one to one side, and what we need is this one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed the top of this on the big side down through here. But make sure, guys, if you see on this plug here, can you see that? It's got like a V here. It's got two little channels where it slides into the grommet. So make sure that they slide into your grommet in the right place. See the two channels here, one there and one there. Otherwise you'll never get the bloody thing in there. So what you got to do is give it a bit of pressure and push it in. So we'll push it in backwards, in other words. So we'll stick them in there like so. Line them up like that. And then flick them up the other way like so. And give it the gumboot, Pete. Oh, ka-tonk. You hear it go ka-thump. And that looks nice and pretty, that end, doesn't it? See, that's all in there, mated up all nicely. And you're going to say, "Lord, what have you done the other end, you idiot?" Look, you can't even get that out. Ha-ha. Watch. Now, you'll find most of these big grommets have got like 4 sections on them. 1, 2, 3, 4. What you want to do, depending how long your bolt is look down the guts of it here and trim it off to whatever section. So I reckon mine's about section 2. So I'm going to cut it off at section 2. I'll just do it with a snap blade knife, if you know what I'm saying. It doesn't take much, so I'm putting it on section 2 there, and we'll just cut them off, Pete. See what happens. Cuts through quite easy, guys. Look what we got. Hee-haw, Grandma. You don't need any insulation tape, you don't need anything. It won't come out of there, trust me. It's as solid, you can't get that out of there, because it's basically in there as tight as tight. And there you have your fitting that you should be able to plug the big plug and the small plug into your welder or your plasma cutter. So let's go and see if the thing actually works, eh? So once again, guys, here's my earth lead for the plasma cutter. Well, that goes in there obviously because that's the right size plug. So now we'll try and fit this lead, same lead, into my welder. Once again, guys, same lead won't fit in the bloody welder like that. So here's the contraption that we made. So we'll put them in there first, like so. Tighten them up. Put this one in the back of them, tighten them up, and there you go. Go and do some welding. Here, let's go and see if it works. So guys, here's the plasma cutter earth, like so, the earth clamp, and there's the contraption that we made like that. And as you can see, that's it together there. Just undo it like so, plug it into your plasma cutter, or put it in here, and plug it into a bigger machine, your welder or whatever you're doing. And the earth clamp that I'm using is rated, I think, about 350 amps, so it's good for both. So there you go. Saves yourself a lot of drama when those little wombles go and steal all your gear out of your garage and you can't find it anymore. Anyway, guys, I'll just plug the MIG in and I'll just show you the guys that it actually works. So guys, we just kick the MIG in the guts and just make sure it's all working good. Looks like it to me, guys. Yeah, awesome, eh? Pretty good, I reckon, anyway. And that solves a lot of hassles for me anyway. Like I say, I'm a bugger for losing these stupid leads and having plugs that don't fit in anywhere and they don't go where they're supposed to go. And maybe it's just me, I don't know. But I reckon it's the right pain. So guys, that's my little contraption for what it's worth. Certainly helps me out of a tight spot anyway. Anyway guys, same as usual, like my video, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment. Don't forget to come and see me at pete'stools.com and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
pete'stools.com